welcome to my channel. Today is going to be all about back exercises, so just back rows, pretty basic. Gets the job done. I'm going to be working out, starting out with the 10 pounds for the warm up. I am going to be doing the 70 pounds today, which is the first time I've done the 70-pound back rows. I think it's been a long time if I've done it. It might be the first time I've done it, but we moved up from 60 pounds to 70 pounds. So going to make sure that I warm up properly. That's the big thing when you're dealing with heavy weights. It's just before you get there, make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. Definitely on the sore side today. I did legs yesterday. When I do legs, I do the suitcase squat, which means I am holding the weight still. So I do get like a workout in my back and my shoulders. I can definitely feel that this morning. I'm going to work hard mentally to not let that impact what I'm doing. The important part though is definitely making sure that everything, is just sore and there's not any real problems before I grab the big weight. Big part working out is getting through being sore, but you don't want to just muscle through an actual problem. Been there, done that. It's not good. How I ended up tearing my pec, torn muscle. Just kept pushing through pain, thinking that, hey, it's just you're sore, don't be a baby. Let's do this. And just ended up fatiguing the muscle and tearing it. So I definitely don't want to go back there. Torn muscles are a pain in the butt to heal. It takes a long time, especially with the pec, because you can't work out. There's not a lot of working out you can do when you have a torn pectoral muscle. It's very limited. Even running is out, at least for me. I had a late start to working out this morning. One of my kids woke up when I was getting ready and they wanted to play. I don't usually wake up and the first thing they want to do is go play toys with me. So I decided I would not pass the opportunity up and go play toys for a while. Play with some dinosaurs, Woody. Fun. This is the 20 pounds. Still warming up. Just increasing the weight a little bit so I can feel if there's anything wrong.
That's the important part about being a parent is recognizing when you know you have a chance to make good memories and good experiences with your kids versus doing something that's just for you or um, doesn't benefit them as much. Working out benefits them because then I can stay strong and play sports with them and do stuff outside. But there's a point where that experience of just waking up one morning and playing toys with your dad is going to stick with them, and it's a good opportunity. It's not always going to be that way, so I don't want to miss it when it comes. That's why I work out to support myself being a great dad. I don't sacrifice being a great dad for working out. And it's one of the important things in life is just recognizing what's important. Not to be redundant in that, but you know, where you should put your time and energy most. And if you're a parent, the biggest thing is raising your kids and giving them a good life, helping them to learn and grow, and not missing those opportunities. It's very, very crucial. Gonna go fast. So I like doing things like walking to school with my kids. It's not just about the exercise, it's about the conversation. It's about you know challenging them. We walk. Right now we're on the scooters, so we're going a little farther, and it's making them stronger and just challenging them when they're tired. Hey, you can keep going. You got this. Teaching them how not to listen to excuses. The last thing I want is for my kids to be getting advice on how to be strong from some motivational speaker that doesn't really know what they're talking about, but it's like the first time they've heard challenging words. So it sounds good to them. Like, oh, this guy really knows. I want them to hear it from me and be challenged from me so they're motivated to succeed early on. I want them to understand, like earlier on, that life can be hard. And if you want to succeed, you got to put in the effort. I think sometimes we don't tell kids about the hard parts that are coming. We just figure we'll deal with it then, and then we'll say the motivating stuff. I want them to know well in advance that hey, this is the hard thing that's coming towards you. These things are going to be hard. They're going to be difficult. This is how you overcome. This is how you push ahead. You know, we do things like we climb mountains, and it's been hard for them. And then when we get to the top, when we get back down, we talk about like, hey, like it's hard, but you did it. And this is going to be how life works. And it's going to feel really good to reach the top. It's going to be really hard in between the top and the bottom. And you just got to muscle through it to get to the top. I'm going to be jumping on the 70 pounds, just taking a second to reset from warming up. Everything feels like it's working. Everything feels sore, but it's working. So I'm going to hit this and muscle through the soreness. Not injuries. Nothing's injured. Everything's working the way it should. That's a big thing to pay attention to. It's okay to work out sore. It's not okay to work out injured. And there's a point where if you're like consistently sore, you do need to take some time maybe to heal. Maybe you hit it harder, making sure that your muscles are healing and that you're ready to go. But a little soreness, a little stiffness, it's okay. Hopefully. I'm not a doctor. I should specify that. So what I'm saying is my experience alone and applies to me alone. I would consult with a professional. This is what works for me. All right, 70 pounds. Here we go. That's 8. So I like to go for a full set of 10 with weights, like goal. But I got it to 8. First time doing it in a long time. If I've ever done the 70 rows, I have to look back and see if I was doing 70-pound rows before. But got it done. Got 8 done. Not all done. Here we go. Keep going. Whew. Oh, that was good. Nice part of that 70-pound row is make sure that I be able to lift and move my kids around for another few years. None of them are close to 70 pounds. So if I just keep, they probably won't be 70 pounds for another like 2 years. So this will make sure that in 2 years, wherever they're at, I'll definitely still be able to pick them up and move them around and have fun. I want my kids to wrestle and do like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And with that, like I want to be able to wrestle with them and help them. So I gotta stay strong. Last thing I want is my high school age kids putting me on my back. That's 8 again. That one took a lot of focus to get through on that last one. I'm gonna give 40 seconds and jump back on it. Whew. I try not to let my breaks exceed a minute. Do 30 seconds to a minute in my break time. Try not to have too much time in between sets. I do want to work towards fatigue. So I give myself too much longer. It's never happened. That's 5. That's the annoying part about back rows. They don't do both arms at the same time. So it's like less work compared to other muscle groups, but it's okay because it's also a heavier weight. I'm not doing 70-pound bicep curls. That would be crazy. All right, gonna take it on down to 60 pounds. Yeah, I used to think when it comes to teaching kids, you kind of had to leave some of the scary stuff, scary realities of life and things away from them. But unfortunately, just crazy things keep happening in this world. And it shows me that now you have to prepare your kids for the worst constantly. You just never know what bad things can come your way. And the thing that I do is that I do preparation while I talk to them. So I don't just tell them something scary. I tell them the things that's scary and then our plan for dealing with the scary thing. And if you look at a school, kids learn fire drills, they learn earthquake drills, they learn lockdowns. But they're given like a this is what we're doing, this is the plan, this is how you're gonna stay safe, and it makes it better. So I'll tell them about strangers that take you, but then I also talk to them about how we get out of that situation. Not just leaving them with danger. When they were really young, one of them was scared of the dark. I give them a sword. I gave them a toy sword. I was like, here, this is your weapon. This is what you're gonna use against monsters. And they did a lot better with that. All right, this is 60 pounds. So I think kids can sense evil or when there's something wrong with someone. And if they see you not, seemingly ignoring it or being weak, they're going to learn that that's how they should be. So teaching them, hey, no, we're gonna stand strong. This is how we're gonna carry ourselves. We're not gonna be afraid. That's one thing I can teach my kids is you don't show fear. That's a big thing, like with dogs, like teaching them how to deal with dogs. Teach them like, hey, like that dog, like if you're strong, the dog will leave you alone. If you're weak, it thinks you're food. My favorite thing to show them when it comes to dogs is like videos on the internet where there'll be like a scary dog that looks big and mean. One of them, there's like a cat that scares it away. There's another dog where like there's all these like big dogs around, with this like little dog is kind of, or mid-sized dog is the boss, and everybody showing them respect in the video. They're the alpha, even though they're not the biggest. There's so many cool things you can do with your kids and nature videos. A lot of lessons that you can help. Let's 8 again. Funny how when you progress just 10 pounds in weight, how hard things can get. The nice part is when you've worked out consistently, now I'm grabbing 70 pounds, and the 70 pounds is heavy and harder. But there was a time when 60 pounds back rows was hard, and 50-pound back rows was hard. You just keep pushing it a little bit, and getting stronger and stronger. And then you can see progression. You can see yourself getting better. That's why it's nice to write things down. So you can, flip back to last year and you can see where you were at the year before. When you just rely on looking at pictures of yourself, like before and after pictures are great, but they don't always show how strong you've become. You will look, if you take a picture at like 200 pounds, you're gonna look bigger than if you take a picture at 180. But at 180, you might be stronger, you might be lifting more. But then, you take a picture at 190, you've gone up 10 pounds, and you might think, man, I look way better at 180. Then you look at how much you're lifting, and you're lifting considerably more at 190 pounds than you were at 180. It makes you feel a little bit better about the way you look, because you're like, okay, yes, do I look like I'm fatter? Sure. Do I have a little bit more fat on me? Yes. But I also have more muscle, and I'm lifting heavier than I've ever lifted. And that makes you more encouraged to keep going. And that's the important thing of focusing on growth and charting your course to where you've been, is it makes it easier to keep going. If you're just like relying on the scale and how good you look in pictures to motivate you, you're gonna find that you look better in pictures just by constantly starving yourself or doing cuts, but you're not gonna have as much muscle growth. You're gonna have a leaner looking body, but you won't be as strong. And you're gonna spend a lot of time, not progressing. It's hard, especially if you get down lean, it's hard to not gain muscle without putting on weight. If you've cut down to 160, 180, and you start lifting, you're gonna put on weight. It is funny though, I see like lifters talking about bulking up, like cracking up when you talk to somebody and they're like, oh man, like I'm eating so much to try and get bigger, and it's just not happening for them. Versus like for me, I've never had to bulk up or focus on bulking up. Getting fat has never been difficult for me. Staying lean has. My little brother is pretty lean and strong, super strong. But he has such a hard time putting on, like bulking up. He has to eat so much more than I do. It just doesn't stay. All right. Drop down to 50 real fast. All right. Just 5. All right, well, that's it today. Thank you so much for hanging out. Hopefully you have a wonderful day. Stay motivated. Get your workouts done. Feel strong. I talk a lot about things that motivate me, about like writing down my exercises and stuff. find stuff that motivates you. Find ways that keeps you in it for the long haul. That's going to be the difference from just doing a 30-day or 90-day crash diet. You kill yourself for 90 days, you're starving yourself, you're working out hard, and then you stop, and then within like 60 days, you're back to where you were. Don't do that. Find things that are going to give you motivation to keep going, things that you'd like to do that you can't do when you're heavy, things that you know, like I said, writing down my workouts so I can see where I've been, where I'm going, so I can easily see that, hey, I'm getting strong no matter what I look like. Because there's times like where I put back on weight, but no matter what, I still know I'm stronger. I'm still motivated to work out. I know that I'm not just, getting weaker and fatter. That's the big thing I'd like to avoid. It's one thing for me to get fatter. It's another thing for me to also be weaker. So working on that. I want them both to be that. I want to be not so fat and strong, but definitely don't want to be both weak and fat. So if you're at that point though, because I have been at that point, definitely encourage you to focus on getting to that fat. I wouldn't necessarily jump on weights right away. I would just go walk. Walking for a long time, jogging, and then running. That was what I focused on. That's what helped me lose 60 pounds in a year, over 60 pounds in a year. It wasn't weightlifting. It wasn't anything else. It was just diligently walking, running, or jogging when I could, and then running. That made the difference. And I hope that you can do that and find success. Getting through, excess fat is the most important thing to me. I think to a lot of people, before you start just bulking up with weights. Get yourself to a reasonable level. That way, if you do hurt yourself with the weights, you're not just like in the middle of losing the fat, and that puts you back to where you were before. If you've burned through the fat, you've injured yourself, okay, like I can keep going where I'm at. So I don't have to necessarily put back on the 60 pounds. So my advice, free advice, take it or leave it. God bless you. Thank you.
All right, this is all back rows. Started with 3 sets of 10 with the 10 pounds, 3 sets of 10 with the 20 pounds, with the 70 pounds, 2 sets of 8, 1 set of 5, with the 60 pounds, 3 sets of 8, 1 set of 5, and with the with the 50 pounds, 1 set of 5. There we go.